want to tell you about Emitt Rhodes. Emitt Rhodes was absolutely incredible. Power pop, Baroque pop legend who unfortunately passed away this weekend. Emmett was my friend, and I was very fortunate to play bass on his final record called Rainbow Ends back in 2016. Emmett was a legend who made some incredible records in the early 70s. He was known as the one man Beatles. He was one of the first multi instrument one man band artists. And his first record is legendary. Some of the music was used in Royal Tenenbaums, and it has just so many incredible songs, and it's a huge influence on me. In around 2015 or so, I got a call from my friend Chris Price, who I used to be in a couple bands with. He's also from Miami. And he told me he wanted to get some lunch. He said, "We're going to make an Emitt Rhodes record. Would you like to play bass?" And I absolutely lost my mind. I was just like so excited about it. Turns out that Chris had made friends with Emmett. He found him and he wanted Emmett to produce him. And he went over to his house and dropped off a CD. And next thing you know, they struck up a friendship. Well, eventually, Emmett started showing Chris some of his new songs. And Chris and I produced an artist named Linda Parahax, who also had a similar situation where, actually, the situation with Emmett is that he made 4 records, technically 3, but one of them was a kind of like a unofficial record. And they were Emitt Rhodes, an album called Mirror, and an album called Farewell to Paradise. There was another one called The American Dream. But Farewell to Paradise was his final record in 73. So we're talking about a 43-year span from the last one to the next one. Linda was even crazier because she put out one record in 1970, and then Chris and I produced Soul of Natural Things, which came out in 2013. So that's our 2014 actually. So that's a huge gap between final record and comeback record. Well, Chris put together an incredible band to back up Emmett. Emmett played all the instruments on the first 4 records, but in this case, he was kind of more focusing on being a songwriter, playing acoustic guitar and singing. So the band that was put together was me on bass, Taylor Locke of Rooney on guitar, Roger Manning of Jellyfish and Beck on keys, Joe Siders of New Pornographers on drums, and then we had a bunch of incredible special guests, like Jason Faulkner of Jellyfish, John Bryan of The Grays, Amy Mann herself, the Bangles, A.C. Newman of New Pornographers, Caitlin Wolfberg on strings, some guys from the Brian Wilson Band on horns. And it was an incredible experience making the record at Emmett's house. Emmett is an incredible person. I mean, I'm still not used to the fact that he's gone, but he was an exclamation point. He lived his life like an exclamation point. And his personality was, at times, a little over the top, but most geniuses are like that. And he said some very interesting things, but he was always on point. And a really great hang. I got to enjoy some birthday celebrations with him and just some general hanging. And he was still very much living his life and being creative. And he had a song on his first record called Live Till You Die. And he definitely lived till he died. And I'm so sad that he's gone, but I'm so happy that we made this record, Rainbow Ends, that kind of was the full circle situation, because there's a lot of older artists that kind of stick around and just kind of play the hits. And Emmett was still very much creative until the day he died. And this last group of songs, I think, is one of his best records. And there's a famous music blogger, newsletter writer named Bob Lefsetz, who has said that this is his favorite record of the last 10 years. And he listens to hundreds of records a year, and he's very strict. Usually he actually is kind of very hard on records and very hard on artists. So it was really cool to see him praise this record. Do yourself a favor. Listen to Emitt Rhodes. It's amazing music, and it's going to change your life.